What's up, guys? This is day 224. I realized after posting the last one that I didn't film myself nearly enough. I was just, especially because I'm meeting a lot of these people for the first time. I don't want to be obnoxiously shoving a camera in their face every time I pull, but at the same time, it's like a YouTube channel of myself, like, and I do have to post. If I'm gonna post at all, I should probably get more clips. So today I tried to record a lot more. I think I got almost every pull I had. The thing is, the tripod. Look, I lost my tripod, but these arm wrestling gyms all have their own tripods that I guess people use. So I used the one that they had here, which is nice. But the way it was built, where you clip your phone in, the back there's a flat piece of metal, so and you can only clip it the long way. You can't clip it the skinny way. So basically, once you put your phone in, if the camera is pointing out and the screen is covered by the metal holder thing, and obviously if you try to see the screen, then your camera is pointing straight into the back, and it's not going to be able to film. So I couldn't for some of these clips tell if the frame was exactly what I wanted, which doesn't really matter. I don't actually care that much, and I think all of mine are pretty good. But some of the clips that I got of other people, because I would say a good amount of clips of everyone else at the practice. Some of them are very off center, but anyway, that's what happened. So this is my first time pulling since the Friday before, so almost a full week of rest. And I should have gone to the gym more, but just some stuff came up and I was lazy, so I hadn't. So I was expecting to feel pretty good. I didn't sleep much, but besides that, my wrist pain was feeling better, my elbow pain was feeling better, and I think I felt pretty decent. I'm just now when I'm holding, I just really try to focus on the arm angle and see if I can understand what Lee Hyunjin was saying. The biggest thing I noticed is I don't extend or close my angle for no reason as much, which I would do before just because I was messing around with it. But now I try to avoid that actively. I do think that what I think is 90 is actually tighter than 90, so maybe my angle needs to be a bit more open. But I feel really good now, especially against more outside moves with my pronation. I think it's really getting more connected than before. When I'm pulling weaker people, I feel I can really get into a good form, a good catch, and everything feels it can roll out through my pronation. But I'm still super susceptible to people just pushing me over, and curling me, wrist curling me. That can happen, but it's just that before, even if I was stronger and even if their technique wasn't very center table dominant, I would still not be able to roll out. So I feel that's an improvement. But I did have a few things that I've been thinking about and noticing more. I think previously I talked about the thumb grip, and especially how when Lee Hyunjin in the video, he was if you cap your thumb, you get more rotation, he said, which I assume means your pronation. But if you don't cap, you get more grip. Yeah, that was the logic. And just for me, I realized, because I've tried to cap my thumb and I haven't in a while, and the reason I haven't is because I've realized when I'm pulling strong people, my thumb pops out anyway in order to get the stop. So I was like, okay, might as well start it with it there. I can't keep it in. Like, it's for me to actually resist, like, my thumb pops out immediately, and like it's very, like, it feels really awkward, and the guy has to be much weaker than me for me to be able to keep my thumb in, and I feel like I'm not able to generate anywhere near my like max before that fails. So I'm like, so I was like not sure how to feel about it, because you know, I think like it's a lot of it is definitely like the fact that my thumbs are like really small, and you know, I've noticed this a lot of times, and when I'm like just in a grip with people, if I like bring my thumb, like close my thumb down, my thumb will a lot of times like literally just like rest at the base of their thumb, you know, like it won't go any farther than that. It's just long enough to cover like the width of their thumb, basically, like not even the thumb pad. But a part of that is also maybe, you know, because I always try to grip shallow and out, and you know, if I got like a deeper grip, I would be able to hold it down better with my fingers. But I was trying this a bit in the last practice, and I realized, yeah, like I can't really hold it here. And today when I was pulling guys that are like much weaker, I could like, yeah, do it. And then with this guy, he's like really strong. I hadn't pulled him before, but I don't know exactly like what his like results are, but I think I heard that he was really good on left, and his right was also really, really strong. But I was pretty happy with the stop I got on this first one. But just when I try to go to the side, like I just felt like he got so much more side than me that like I couldn't really break through. So I'm just kind of stuck, because sometimes if I get a little bite and I can actually win side a little bit, it can help me progress the hand. But so I was kind of feeling stuck, and also I felt like my hand was so low, like, you know, my fingers are like on his wrist, which I don't like, but I was like, I don't know how not to be like that. And I just remember like having this pull, and then just afterwards being like, I hate that feeling of my hand being so low, but I can't really adjust it, otherwise I'll lose my pronation, and I can't really win any regrip even if he like kind of goes back out. And then here I figured like I can't actually like crack his wrist. I can maybe go inside, and I think I was a little bit too scared to actually like pull correctly. I should have brought my elbow back as well as advance the side, but I just figured my arm would open if I did that. And like, you know, he's stronger inside, but the fact that I got like 3 stops probably means that I like, there's like a theoretical like way that I could have done it that was probably better. I just don't think I'm that like used to pulling. I haven't pulled inside in so long that like when I go in a hook, I'm kind of like, oh shit, what do I do now? But I was pretty happy that I like my shit didn't like blow up when I did it. I feel like, because I always used to think, and I still do, that, you know, if I really stick someone, that I can really like have a good hold there. I feel like I'm pretty strong. But I hadn't like tested that in so long, and when I have tried to hook like a little bit, because that one was, I didn't initiate the hook, so it's a lot easier to go in. But when I've tried to like hook people like off the go, it felt so like, even people that I can beat pretty comfortably other ways, like I just had this weird like bicep tendon elbow pain that felt like awful, and I'm like, am I just like not gonna be able to hook anymore? But I think it's like not too bad. And then I tried to pull with Hunmin, and like he just like, I couldn't do anything with the wrist, which was just like weird, because, you know, like he's a beast, but I just, and like probably it's a combination of a lot of things, because he was like, yeah, like I'm in really good shape right now compared to last time, and that definitely factors. But, you know, like I don't want to just all of a sudden like not be able to do anything at all, when I haven't felt that before. So I was like, wait, what's happening? And I was like, oh, maybe it's the chalk, like maybe it's the setup. It's probably a little bit of everything. I do think the way I pull against guys that like post is really important for me to be chalked up. And this practice we didn't have chalked until later. And the other thing is like I don't fight the top strap at all much anymore. I just rely on me to be able to roll out from under. And I was talking about how like, oh, like you're covering slightly and like your elbow's coming off the front, off the go, to post, which I was like, yeah, like it's embarrassing, like it's cringe. But I mean, I don't think I was making it up, but I don't know, because I kept pulling him and I feel like we did reach like a little bit of parity. So I'm not sure. I guess we'll just have to like try again, but that was a good like wake up call, I feel like, for me, because it's always, I'm like, oh, I just need to work on not getting turned over and then I'll lose my wrist, and I'm like, okay, now I gotta work on not losing my wrist, and just feel like it's like an endless cycle of that. But yeah, on the right, I mean, I don't think I'm any weaker, but my wrist is like pretty sore. It's feeling a little bit better now, actually, but like I can't really push my wrist down from the top or bend it back, and it's just sore, but it feels pretty strong. Like if anything, like I feel like I get wrist pain randomly, like doing everyday activities, so I forget about it more so than in arm wrestling, because I feel like it's still strong functionally in the arm wrestling spots, but the fact that it's like painful in a lot of like its range of motion is probably not, like, it probably means I need to rest it before end of May, where I'm planning to pull tournament. So that's sort of like my like shape right now, I guess. Like I feel like pretty strong, but definitely a bit overtrained in like my joints. Because I've been going twice a week, like really consistently, and I never have before. But the thing about my hand being so low when I low hand, I realized, like, if my thumb was glued to my fingers and I hit that, then my fingers would, like, either my thumb, like, would just not be able to come up, or, like, my fingers would have to be higher. And I was like, oh, maybe, like, my fingers are getting pushed all the way down because, like, my thumb is so weak, or I'm not using my thumb, or I don't know how to use my thumb. So I was like, because I'll tell people for the longest time, I don't know what it means when you say pronate by thumb. I still don't really, actually. And it would actually, like, be a little bit annoying. So I'm like, I don't get it at all. Like, are you just all pretending to get, like, what the fuck do you mean pronate through your thumb? Because, your thumb doesn't pronate shit. Like, your thumb, like, your pronation is, like, from the, like, where your forearm bone connects to your wrist, right? Like, that's where it twists. And your thumb is connected to that. Like, your thumb doesn't, like, connect to anything that rotates. Like, your thumb is on top of the thing that rotates. But anyway, so maybe I'm, like, finally figuring out how to arm wrestle, because, I don't know. I'm just, like, realizing, because, like, when I have tried to not lose my thumb, like, keep it under my fingers, it's, like, actually impossible. So I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. Well, I think it's interesting that I'll definitely try to figure out if there's a way to, like, actually change my approach that results in, me not being on their wrist when I low hand. We'll see. But that's sort of the main, like, thoughts I've had about it. And I'm pulling with this guy again, and, like, I can't resist at all at this point. So I think I just kind of realize it's time to probably stop pulling because, like, I expected my endurance wouldn't be great because I hadn't done anything at all for the whole week, and I usually when I do that I like drop off like really really fast. So, but it was funny because I did chalk up. This is the first time I chalked up before I pulled him the second time, and I was like, oh, maybe this will make a big difference. And I think I was definitely like a little bit gassed, but then I was like, oh, maybe like the chalk doesn't actually matter, or maybe he gets even stronger when he's chalked. But yeah, anyway, that was it was good training. That's about it. Thanks for watching.